Thanks for watching this video. This amazing story written by an amazing award-winning author from the United States is a really interesting book that ends with a very thrilling ending chapter. So without further ado, let's get started. Bronwyn was walking to detention on the very first day of 12th grade in high school. Not just any high school, Bayview High School, the high school full of gossip. And while she was walking, she runs into Simon, and they both start talking about the amazing app that he created and how she was on it. And that app that Simon created was known for extreme to the max gossip. And when they both walked into detention, 3 other students were there. Adelaide Prentice, homecoming queen of Bayview High School. Cooper Clay, star football player. And Nate McCauley, the drug seller, who is the most dangerous out of all 5 of them. But when danger creeps up against them, their rival school tends to have sexual content that puts Bayview High School in drastic disasters. And while in doing so, just one sip of water could change those 5's lives immediately. When Simon takes a sip from the water from the fountain, he starts choking, and 2 minutes later, he's considered dead. Now, those 4 are suspects, and they're all wondering, what happened to Simon? Who killed him? What's gonna happen? Are we gonna go to jail? And the biggest, massive suspect was Nate McCauley, known as the drug seller, has a criminal record, and although he did stop, he's still known to be the biggest drug seller at Bayview High School. But he has a bad backstory. His father, who was a very bad alcoholic, never maintained the house. And his mom, he left when he was just a middle schooler. So now Nate was in more trouble than the 3 other people. But still, the biggest question was, who killed Simon? And whoever killed Simon, although no one liked Simon, it was still a huge question. Who killed Simon? And whoever did was after the Bayview 4. And they were known as the Murder Club. Bronwyn, Miss Smarty girl with straight A's, was known to be hella intelligent. And she would be the last person to suspect to get put in detention, because although she is pretty much bad like Nate McCauley, not in that way, but still, her high standards was as bad as Nate McCauley. She would never break the rules. So she was known as the goody two-shoes nerd of Bayview High School. Next comes up Adelaide Prentice, who goes by Addie. She was known as homecoming princess of Bayview High School. Pretty, popular, blonde-headed, all that type of stuff you could see in a popular girl. And she was dating all-time famous football player Jake Reardon. Of course, everyone thought of them as the cutest, most satisfying couple ever. And her biggest secret was that she had cheated on Jake with TJ Forrester, another pretty popular guy. And she didn't want Jake to know that. Next comes up Cooper Clay, Jake Reardon's best friend, who's known Addie for a long time now. And although the other 2 didn't know the other 2 pretty well, like Bronwyn Rojas and Nate McCauley, had been crushing on each other since middle school. And Cooper Clay and Addie Prentice have been best friends since middle school. They hardly knew one another, except for Cooper and Addie, since they were best friends. So now, they all had to meet up with each other to find out the major question. And I'm gonna repeat this. Who killed Simon? And whoever did was definitely after all 4 of the suspects. So they go to meet with all different people, and Vanessa is the one who's bugging them the most. Vanessa happens to really think that all of the 4 killed Simon. And so now they have to ask help from Janae Matthews, who spills her guts and tells everything. She explains that Jake was responsible. Jake, Addie's boyfriend, was responsible for killing Simon because he used to be best friends with him. Why did he hate him? And that big question was answered. So confused. Everyone was so confused. Addie decides to confront Jake, and they end up fighting and harassing each other and all that type of stuff until the cops come and Jake Reardon is arrested. And although these 4 had never met each other that personal until Simon was killed, they all knew that they were meant to be good friends, and they called themselves the Bayview 4. But they knew that Bayview couldn't be that safe, because although lots of things would happen, Simon was right about one thing. Everyone has secrets, but they all come to get spilled the guts out. All in all, this story was my all-time favorite, and I'm not just saying this, but the author puts amazing detail into this story. Karen M. McManus, I highly recommend to read her books, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.